think the name came out of the idea of a domestic play and literally the physicality of the idea. So the kitchen, family, bedroom was sex, and the grave was death, which kind of has, I suppose, that feel of the three big things. We eat together, we sleep together, eventually we die apart. So it had those aspects to it, but it almost suggested itself as a working title, and it became more sense of it. The name seemed to fit.
The Kitchen Living Grave really looks at a national issue. It explores it in a very interesting, very unusual way, and that kind of attracted us to it. It's broad scope, but also it's very down to earth characters who are kind of really struggling on a day-to-day level, and they're really interesting people who are put into a very difficult position, and that's always interesting when you kind of get that mix of day-to-day people with a very large issue that they're struggling with, an issue so large that it's very hard for us as individuals to really cope with it. So it's up to the family unit to kind of come together and deal with it.
You can literally feel, or I could feel the electricity as you wrote it. And there's other bits and pieces where you go, Jesus, that's powerful, poignant. And I'm not saying that that's the quality of the writing or the quality of the acting or the production. It's just something that happens, and that happened quite a few bits, and that's the excitement, especially for someone who hasn't just spent a lifetime doing this, written bits and pieces, that this is their first major sort of creative effort, and it's exhilarating.
Well, it's a play that really looks at the family connections between father and son, between mother and son, mother and father, and then outside of the family. There's beautifully tender moments between each, I think, without trying to give too much away. Those tend to be my favourite moments.
To what degree are you the author of your own life, and should you be? The question of freedom versus the demands of family, community, faith, culture, and so forth. They were big issues to be explored in it. They're obviously topical in that regard. More recently, though, through the process of writing those issues and working in the dramatic field, as it were, is that idea of learning what a play can do, which no other art form can do. So it's a combination of things, invariably nothing simple. And what you start off doing, what you subsequently do as you do it, and what you end up doing, become multifarious in that nature. This is about who we are and how we live and how we choose to live, change how we choose to live, or where we live and why we live where we live. I think it's those issues. I don't think it seeks to answer those issues. I think it seeks to engage and entertain you and put those issues before and say, hey, come on, you've thought about this. If you haven't, you should do. And go away and talk about it and think about it. And that's a good thing, talking, thinking.